Tonight, we're tracking the investigation into a fire at a local church. We'll hear from police about why they say this was a unique call. Plus, we'll hear from Yakima City Council as they're determining what to do with expected money from an opioid settlement.
Beautiful weather tonight, clear and cool. And what can you expect to see this weekend? We'll have all the details coming up on your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. What started as a church fire in the city of Pasco has now grown into a full investigation that involves several break-ins and vandalism of more businesses. A 35-year-old has been arrested on suspicion of arson and burglary. Police say his alleged crime spree started just after 5 this morning. Authorities say the man was spotted at the former Bank of America building on Lewis Street after he allegedly smashed windows and tried to set it on fire. Authorities say he then broke out a window at the Celebration One Salon on West Clark and then broke out the front door window of Atomic Foods on North 4th. Authorities say he ended his spree here at the Apostolic Lutheran Church of Tri-Cities on West Court Street. Police say he smashed windows, then set the church on fire. The man was caught a short time later and left what appeared to be his calling card.
Yeah, so that was something we were not expecting. It does appear that there was a message written by the suspect who identified himself in the message. We believe he wrote it in his own blood. So it is a unique call.
Now coming up tonight at 6, we'll see the surveillance video from one of the businesses and hear more from police and the fire department on this morning crime run. Now the Yakima Sheriff's Office says an alert homeowner with home security cameras helped them catch a burglary in progress. Investigators say the homeowner saw the break-in happening over their cameras and called 911. So deputies say when they got there, the suspect got onto a sports bike, rammed a deputy, and then took off. Investigators say they worked with Yakima police to track the suspect and a second person down in a vehicle that then wrecked in the West Valley area. The sheriff's office says both people ran from the wreck and the suspect allegedly broke into several more houses before officers were able to get him into custody. Investigators say both people were wanted on felony warrants out of Oregon. They are now both in the Yakima County Jail. And we have an update tonight about the law enforcement activity and arrest at a home on Quillian Street in Kennewick. Police say they searched the home yesterday as part of an investigation into a meth lab in the garage. They arrested a 40-year-old man and booked him into the Benton County Jail on a felony charge of manufacturing methamphetamines. He's now being held without bail, and the investigation, we're told, is ongoing. Let's switch gears here and talk about your First Alert forecast. We just had another very enjoyable day out there, Stacy.
Beautiful day, you're right. A little bit warmer than yesterday. We're at 91 degrees right now on our Giza Skycam Dust Devil Stadium. Saw the team out practicing. Another great night to catch some Dust Devil baseball. Our feels like temp right now is 88 and our sunset tonight at 8:33. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the region. Ellensburg 85, it's 87 in Yakima, 89, Walla Walla 90 right now in Hermiston. And those temperatures are going to start to slowly glide up as we move into the weekend, but not too bad. Light winds this evening in Toppenish and breezy in Prosser. We're going to see those winds start to pick up in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley later this evening, but overall a beautiful night ahead. Here's what's coming up. Again, clear and cool, so those breezy winds developing, sunny, warm and dry into the weekend, and we do have a bigger warm up heading our way next week. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. And we have new information tonight about a fast-moving fire that shut down part of I-82 near the 395 junction in Kennewick for about half an hour late last night. Kennewick police posted this picture saying they suspect that a semi-truck malfunction sent sparks into the dry grass. Kennewick fire officials say the cause is still under investigation. The highway has reopened. And firefighters are still working to get the Newell Road fire under control in Klickitat County. Crews estimate the fire has now burned more than 61,000 acres, which for comparison is an area bigger than the city of Seattle. Apple Valley News Now photojournalist Chris Whitmer got to ride along with firefighters today as they are making progress on that fire.
We're on Bickleton Highway on Dot, heading south on Dot into Alpha. So this huge geographic area that we're looking at is this little finger of the northern corner of the fire.
It's huge. The Washington State Patrol Office of the Fire Marshal's State Mobilization Program. So they're important partners for efforts like this. They've all brought their brush rigs. We got engines from, looks like Clark County here. So probably a whole strike team of engines.
Yeah, one of those trucks is from Camas Washougal. We've got Fire District 3 and Clark County Fire District 10 as well.
What's that? Copy.
The engine on the other side of the brush rigs, that's from Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue, so Ridgefield, La Center, Woodland. Washington State Patrol helps with this end, DNR picks up theirs.
So you're on the resource list?
Yep, we are.
Okay.
We're confident that we've got a handle on this fire, and that the community is very appreciative for the work we've done.
Now, the Newell Road fire, as you saw there, is burning in a fairly rural part of Washington. Down in southern Oregon, the Golden Fire has destroyed dozens of homes and is still burning. McKenna Marks spoke to one couple saying they're determined to rebuild.
The Golden Fire destroyed more than 40 homes in Bonanza, including that of Debbie and Jeff Forkin. What was supposed to be their post-retirement home, full of memories with family, now reduced to piles of ash and burnt metal. Even without a home, the Forkins are thankful they still have each other and are choosing to stay positive.
It doesn't help to think any other way.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what's really getting us through it.
And it really is helpful for the soul, you know, to just get going, get fired up again.
After losing everything, Debbie and Jeff say it's been hard to ask for help, but they're learning to lean on their support system. Along with other fire survivors, the Forkins' daughter started a GoFundMe in the hopes of raising funds for her parents. The Forkins retired in November and sold their house to help move their RV to their new property in Bonanza. They settled in just 2 weeks ago. The Forkins tell me it was a dream of theirs to retire on this piece of land, and they're determined to rebuild.
That was McKenna Marks reporting. And while large areas of the country are dealing with extreme heat, authorities in Arizona say a 26-year-old farm worker who collapsed twice in the fields died because of heat-related illness. Investigators say co-workers raced that 26-year-old to the hospital, but he did not survive. Arizona Central reports federal law requires employers to provide shade, water, and rest breaks to outdoor workers in the heat, but it doesn't specify how much or what temperatures require those protections. Now, Washington has created permanent rules to protect outdoor workers during extreme heat. Right now, the Department of Labor and Industries is in the process of creating rules to protect workers from smoke. They held a meeting at Yakima Valley College this morning to get input about these proposed rules, which would include things like requiring face masks when the air quality drops below a certain level and changing the work schedule when wildfire smoke is a concern. So if you want to weigh in on the proposed rules or just ask some questions, you have 2 more chances to do that. There's a virtual hearing tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock and another coming up on Monday evening at 6:30. Both of those will be on Zoom, and you can find more information about that on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. Washington State will be getting millions of dollars from the country's largest opioid manufacturers thanks to the settlement of several lawsuits by Attorney General Bob Ferguson. Now, the city of Yakima is getting $1.3 million over the next 17 years to invest in treatment, prevention, and other strategies to address the opioid crisis at the local level. One option is to invest in the city's community diversion program, also known as drug court, which allows people to go to treatment instead of being charged with certain crimes. The program has had 63 graduates since it started in 2016, and 77% of them have now remained crime-free.
Pictured is one of our recent graduations. They're really inspirational. People work hard to change their lives.
Staff say the settlement money could help them reach even more people before it's too late, but the City Council wants to look at all options before making a decision. An Eastern Washington treatment center, which was once the largest Medicaid youth services center in the state for mental health and substance abuse, is now fighting to reopen. A judge shut down Daybreak Youth Services earlier this year after accusations of sexual misconduct between a former counselor and a teenager. The order shutting the center down has now been extended. A lawyer for Daybreak says that's stopping them from being able to defend themselves.
It essentially prevents Daybreak from having its day in court. Daybreak believes it should have its right to go to court right away. And the Department of Health keeps saying, no, they can't go to court. They have to go back to this administrative process, which they know will take at least a year to complete.
The State Department of Health says licenses for Daybreak remain suspended and will not comment on ongoing legal proceedings. In Oregon, a Washington County Sheriff's deputy is in the hospital in critical condition after being shot during a routine eviction at an apartment in a Portland suburb. Investigators say they were serving a civil eviction notice at the Timbers at Tualatin apartments Wednesday morning. Deputies say they were trying to detain someone when that person started shooting. It prompted the huge response that you're seeing here. Investigators say hours later, a SWAT team went into the apartment and found the person dead. So far, officials have not said how they died. Well, taking a look outside locally, we're talking about some gorgeous weather in your forecast, but will it stick around for the waterfallies? We're talking about your weekend coming up at your First Alert forecast. And still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 5, another twist in the legal battle around former President Trump. We'll get into that coming up in just a moment.
Tonight, the surprise collapse of Hunter Biden's plea deal. What happens next? Plus, where severe weather is headed now. What to expect? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport and the Ridgeline. Built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. This summer, create your own adventures with Honda, the most awarded brand in car and driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Next ET, the latest on Madonna's health as the Material Girl reflects on a major milestone.
I'm at the beginning of a very fruitful career.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
The Golf Forecast, sponsored by the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic, August 14th through 20th.
Welcome back. Travelers from Tri-Cities are about to have a new option. American Airlines says it will start daily, nonstop flights from Tri-Cities to Phoenix coming up in February. Officials say the flights will arrive from Phoenix around 1:30 every afternoon, and they'll depart to Phoenix at 3. You can start booking your tickets next week for travel after February 15th. We know Amazon has been expanding for decades. They went from selling books online nearly 30 years ago to selling everything else online, plus offering tech devices, video production, music streaming, web services, just to name a few. Now the federal government could force Amazon to shrink. Politico reports the FTC is preparing an antitrust lawsuit against Amazon. It could be filed as soon as August. That starts next week. The lawsuit would reportedly focus on Amazon's business practices and could end with the company being restructured. Tonight, it's a new twist in former President Trump's legal battle over what happened on January 6th of 2020. Today, his lawyers reportedly met with the special counsel's team after getting a target letter. ABC's M. Wynn is tracking what all of that means.
Today, sources say Donald Trump's lawyers met for an hour with special counsel Jack Smith and his team as a potential indictment of the former president looms. Experts say it's a clear indicator that new charges against Trump may be coming soon.
this is the criminal defense equivalent of a Hail Mary pass, perhaps times two. It's unlikely there's any argument that the Trump lawyers could make or did make that hasn't already been considered.
The grand jury in Washington, D.C. assigned to hear evidence about Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election convening today. It comes after Trump said last week he received a letter notifying him that he's the target of an investigation examining efforts by Trump and his allies to block Joe Biden's election victory and the events that led to the January 6th riot at the Capitol. A source says the letter mentions 3 federal statutes: conspiracy to commit offense or to defraud the United States, witness tampering, and deprivation of rights under color of law. Trump and his legal team were apparently surprised, expecting only a written report rather than an indictment.
I didn't know practically what a subpoena was and grand juries and all of this. Now I'm like becoming an expert.
In May, Smith sent Trump a target letter before indicting him on 37 criminal counts in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents probe. Trump is accused of mishandling national security documents, including top-secret military and nuclear records after leaving office, and then obstructing the government's efforts to retrieve them. Trump, who has long denied any wrongdoing, pleaded not guilty to the previous criminal charges he's facing. After his team left the special counsel's office today, Trump said it was a productive meeting, though there was no indication for timing of a potential indictment. Emlyn, ABC News, Washington.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Man, a gorgeous day. Let's peek outside on our Legends Casino Skycam, Columbia Point in Richland. Beautiful afternoon, 91 degrees. Our feels like temp is 88. Winds are not happening right now. It's pretty calm out there. 8:33 for our sunset tonight. And taking a look around other temperatures in our area. Ellensburg sitting at 84. It's 87 in Yakima, 89 in Walla Walla, 81 right now in Dayton, and still sitting at 90 there in Hermiston. Let's plan your night out tonight again. Beautiful evening, and those temperatures are going to stay nice and warm right on through 8 o'clock. We'll see 80 degrees in Yakima. In the Tri-Cities, 90 will start dropping down into the 80s at 7 and down to 84 by 8 p.m. And in Walla Walla tonight, those temperatures again beautiful out there, 80 by 7 down to 79 at 8. So great evening to sit out, stargaze, have a barbecue. We've got clear skies. Again, ridge of low pressure just starting to move on out of the area. We've got a ridge of high pressure building in the area, and that's going to bring those warmer temperatures just slightly in the next couple of days. And then we're going to get a bigger warming trend into next week. But as you can see, no clouds in sight, very, very clear, and that's going to stay that way through the weekend. And again, very little bit of some rain at very tippy top of the state and a little overcast. You'll see those overcast conditions coming up this weekend out on the Oregon coast, and I'll get to the travel forecast a little bit later tonight. Prosser's got some breezy winds right now, 13 miles an hour, Toppenish, and again, those winds are going to start picking up through the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Very light winds in the Columbia Basin, Walla Walla, Pendleton, slightly breezy and a little bit breezy down the Columbia River Gorge. Here's our future cast. Again, those winds will start picking up in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Tomorrow, a bit breezy in the Columbia Basin and on the foothills of the Blues. As the day goes on, those winds will decrease in the Columbia Basin, but they'll pick up again in the Yakima Valley and down the Columbia River Gorge. Now, I have been seeing some smoke and haze in the area. It's kind of moved in. So far, though, today our air quality has been good. We've had winds coming down from the north, keeping most of the smoke at bay. But as you can see this evening, a little bit of smoke should start moving on out of the area towards the Blue Mountains as we get into the overnight hours. So looking good as far as smoke goes. The winds are cooperating with that and keeping our area with great air quality. We have green all through the region, so looking good. Now, Central Oregon, not the same story. Lots of fires burning down in the region and very unhealthy air quality in some of those regions. So if you're heading to Oregon this weekend, just be aware of that. Temperatures overnight tonight, 40s and 50s. Cle Elum at 48, 52 Sunnyside, 56 tonight in Yakima. Columbia Basin, we've got 53 overnight in Prosser. Hermiston at 57, 56 Tri-Cities. Good sleeping weather. I like those temperatures. And moving into the foothills of the Blues, Dayton overnight lows tonight 54, 53 in Pendleton. We'll see 57 for Milton Freewater and for Walla Walla. Temperatures tomorrow again a couple of degrees warmer. We're starting to edge up as we head into the weekend. 94 degrees, about average for this time of year. 93 tomorrow in Hermiston, 91 in Yakima, and also 91 in Pendleton. Let's take a look at last year's boat race weekend. It was hot. We're talking record-breaking temps. And then take a look at what we've got this weekend. Nothing like that. It's going to be beautiful out there, so get out and enjoy. Walla Walla, again, gorgeous weather going into the weekend. Temperatures in the 90s, and we'll stay in the 80s and 90s in Yakima. Your full 7-day planning forecast is coming up. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And up next on Apple Valley News Now at 5, we're talking about a program designed to give local kids a boost on creating a successful business out of the classic lemonade stand. We're talking about how you can get signed up next.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
It's the final month of Legends Casino Hotel's summer celebration, but you still have time to say, "What up, beach?" and claim a dream tropical vacation before the sun sets. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries for cash drawings, including one for a cool $10,000 on the first 3 Thursdays of the month. Then, on August 31st, one lucky winner will greet the sun and sand with a "What up, beach?" during their $13,000 vacay in paradise. Happening now only at Legends Casino Hotel.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away, to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sunday night at 8 on MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities.
Hey fans, Eric the Peanut Guy here to tell you that Dust Devils Baseball is back with affordable family fun all season long. It's boat race season and we're gearing up for another Rooster Tails weekend. Your Dust Devils will play as their alternate identity, the Columbia River Rooster Tails, this Friday through Sunday. Friday night is Family Feast Night, presented by the Tri-Cities Airport with concessions deals throughout the game. Then be here on Saturday when we're shooting off post-game fireworks thanks to BNSF Railway. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke, and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-808-1941. That's 1-800-808-1941. Call now. 1-800-808-1941.
Welcome back. The Greater Yakima Chamber of Commerce is looking for more kids to sign up for Lemonade Day. That's a summer program to help inspire young entrepreneurs. So instead of going it alone, kids get guidance for how to start their own business. And if they don't have money for supplies, they can get help finding a sponsor. Chamber officials say they got feedback from parents last year saying that their kids were inspired and learned a lot of life skills.
My child came out of their shell. They're able to talk more in public. They're able to meet new friends and not be afraid of it. And one mom said, and that's just because of Lemonade Day.
Now the program ends with a competition at Sozo Sports Complex on August 12th, where kids can get prizes for the best lemonade stand design, best lemonade, or best customer service. And they're hoping to get more kids signed up by August 5th. So that is your deadline. We're talking about your forecast next. It is beautiful summer weather out there. We're talking about what to expect for the weekend coming up. And still ahead on World News Tonight, the legal battle continues for former President Trump. World News Tonight is tracking the latest on that coming up.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Introducing Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV. Same location, new adventures.
Come celebrate and save during our grand opening sale with up to 50% off. The best prices of the year on America's favorite brands. Plus, get a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, including 24/7, 365 technical and roadside assistance and much more. Wherever you roam, we'll be there. And now save up to 50% off at Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV.
I've worked construction all my life. I take pride in my job and working hard. I've had my share of bumps and bruises. Of all places, I get hurt shopping with my wife. This injury affected every part of my life. The insurance company offered me nothing. I went to my buddy Scott Brumback and Sid Autumn. We ultimately filed suit. My lawyers fought hard for me and got a great result. These guys speak blue collar. Now I know what they mean by bulldog tough. Right, Mo?
Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
This is the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers or blasting the air conditioning, because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long.
Save up to $500 on the all-new Tempur-Breeze and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Save thousands on the new Revolutionary Swim Spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. 2 locations, Spokane and Pasco. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Hapo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
It's great to see ya. Come on down. Welcome to Sea Galley. Dinner tonight or the Shipwreck Lounge. May I suggest our surf and turf special, prime rib and crab.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Next live, Outkast's Big Boy from Big RV Remix.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
And Craig Ferguson from his podcast, Joy.
Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
We know there is a very real need for law enforcement officers to have body cameras, and the video has become an important part of many investigations, but every once in a while they capture something cute too. Check this out.
Okay, there we go, puppy dog.
Let's not go back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
thank you so much.
So this is in Wisconsin. It took a whole team of Dunn County deputies to rescue the 7-week-old Great Pyrenees puppy, possibly the cutest thing I have ever seen. It had wandered away from its mom. The owner says she woke up and realized she had 3 puppies instead of 4, had no idea where this one had gone. They eventually tracked it down in a little drainage pipe. It has crawled in there for reasons of its own. And the first deputy that showed up, Stacy, couldn't get him out. He was too far in there.
Right.
So then he called for backup. The backup brought an actual dog catching hook loop thing, and they managed to just grab its leg and get it out safely. So
he was just in his little hidey hole, right?
I guess that must have been it. He was just doing a little exploring.
But a cute puppy and will be a big dog someday.
A big dog, 7 weeks old, and he's already a pretty chunky little dog there.
Very cute, very cute. All right, we're getting ready to head into a very exciting weekend. Lots of activities going on all around the area. Let's check out those temperatures. Your 7-day forecast, again, looking great out there. Temperatures in Yakima will stay in the low 90s and even drop down to 89 on Sunday. We stay pretty average or just a little bit below below average right into the week. And then look at that week, middle of next week, we'll start to see those temps climbing up closer to the triple digits as we sail into that first week of August. Let's take a look at the Tri-Cities. A lot of folks have been saying, okay, Stace, what's it looking like for those races or art in the park? We're going to be outdoors. You know what? The weather's cooperating. It is on the warm side, 95, nothing to, you need to stay hydrated and definitely want to wear your sunscreen if you're going to be out at those activities, but it's not 112 or 15 like it was last year. So that is very good. And then we're going to start to heat up by Wednesday, Thursday of next week. And then here you go, the 7-day forecast in Walla Walla, beautiful weather there. So looking pretty good, I think, for all the activities that are going on this weekend.
Definitely got to get outside and take advantage of that.
That's right. Drink lots of water and wear your sunscreen.
Always important. Thanks, Stacy. Thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6, and you can find the latest anytime on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.